my name's Dan, and this reaction comes from Death Battle. This is Blade versus Buffy, Marvel versus Buffy, the Vampire Slayer Death Battle. Now, I promise you, even though I'm wearing my Marvel shirt, I don't really have any rooting interest here. This is just the only relevant shirt I could find for this particular Death Battle. I am very excited to see how it goes, because as I've been saying, Blade seems like the clear favorite here. I'm not sure what sort of tricks Buffy has up her sleeve, but hopefully she could bring out something just to make this fight competitive. But before we get into this, though, please check all those links I got for you down in the description below. More specifically, Death Battle's link. If you haven't already, it's a great way to support everyone who goes into making these videos. And a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there. And if you want to go the extra mile and want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking that join button and become a channel member for just $1 a month. And without any further ado, let's go.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, baby!
They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortolai, Nosferatu.
Vampires.
Vampires!
The moon is out and the night is young. These undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade.
Is
Daywalker.
that really his costume?
Hang on.
Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet,
Kinda
he
did,
is
yeah.
also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself.
Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would reap the vampire
A
for
blade!
good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While
Yep.
the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training progressed smoothly until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this?
I don't know.
Right there.
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium. A variant of the metal that is mass-producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like
Yeah, still
Ultron
pretty damn
and
good.
Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The word sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood.
Yup.
Kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All
True.
of that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is a living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
My God.
It can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
Of
course he
would
does.
too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know,
Vampires!
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness, a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even
Bleh.
more, he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out. Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of
Never mind.
vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Yeah, maybe that's why Marvel's waiting to do vampires, because they want to keep it specifically for Blade.
Picks.
You know what's awesome? Being right.
Stars and lineups after
You're
you
not
play
doing
your
the ad
first
read.
$5 lineup.
That's code DEATH to get $50
No!
in lineups after your first
Go away!
$5 lineup.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers, and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is,
And
until
so
the
on,
newest Slayer
and
would
so on,
change
and
everything.
so on.
Buffy and Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school, go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slang, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately,
Ah.
small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, all right. Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy and her Scooby gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a
Of course
variety
they
of
are.
anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in Gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu,
Sounds
tai chi,
familiar.
kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and, smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
Yeah,
Despite
lots
her
of
black
smashing.
armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show
Yep.
physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are
Maybe.
the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory
Ha!
hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Yes, it was.
Freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence!
Yay!
This
Death meant
absolutely
nothing.
crushed Buffy, and ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like
That's
the
true.
Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the First Evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The, Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche,
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient
Oh.
demons. The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe
Oh.
is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Yeah!
The always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Alright, so maybe she can make this competitive.
As you know, it's
Or turn the
Skillatober.
tides.
You mean
Maybe I'm totally
October,
wrong. I have no idea.
Stupid, it's the Skillatober Skillapro.
including
Alright,
our
we're
limited desk
skipping through all that.
It's time for a live-action death battle!
Live action, huh? How are they gonna do this? I was wondering if they were gonna go comic book over live action, but here we are. We have actual actors who are doing this? Is that supposed to be Buffy? Ah, yeah, that music though.
Long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We feast.
Daywalker.
And she
That's Blade.
was just the start.
Ah! Whoa! Ooh! I don't know who did this choreography, who decided to make this live action, but this is pretty damn cool. Damn. And it kind of looks like they went more of the Buffy look from the movie. That short blonde hair. Definitely nailed the music. I wonder how long this took to film. Whoa! Nice! Oh, Suplex City, baby! Bye-bye, now it's only the two of you. Oh no.
Wait!
Uh-oh.
Suit's just a kid!
Not anymore.
if this was fan-made or they just casted a whole bunch of different people to do this. Either way, this is awesome. Not every day we have a live-action death battle.
You out your damn mind?
Oh! Oh my god, what the hell was that? No, no. Quiet. No. Oh! Is it over? Or is Buffy got a trick up her sleeve? Oh! No, not... Oh! Oh, wait a minute! Buffy's got some fight back!
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh! Ow! Damn! Yeah, that was brought up before. Coming into play. Whoa! Ow! You okay, Buffy? Uh-oh. Is this the end?
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
This is so freaking cool. The fact that someone went to all this effort to choreograph this and bring it to life is so freaking awesome. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Is that the trick up her sleeve? Oh! Wow! Oh, damn, I was wrong! Wow, what an upset!
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
I threw a pun in at the end. Wow!
Continued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really?
Oh.
Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they
Fair.
fought, Compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
Yeah.
Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It
Wow,
could easily
yeah, I didn't think
deflect
about that.
Wolverine's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage.
Wow,
over the
look at
Daywalker.
that.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner
Sure
is
did.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Damn.
Next time on
Did not see that coming. What's this? Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh, is that Dante?
Subscribe and join us.
Oh! Oh, that's gonna be awesome! Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to that fight. Big Devil May Cry fan, big Final Fantasy fan. Anyway, like I said, I didn't think Buffy had a chance, to be honest, but when they explained it the way that they did, I guess it makes sense. I did not foresee this happening whatsoever, and I'm still a little shocked. I'm still a little bewildered about what just happened here, but what do you guys think? Do you think that they got it right? Please leave a like if you enjoy this reaction. Do check all of those links I got for you down in the description below. If you want to be a channel member, you can do so by going right below this video, clicking that join button, and becoming one for just $1 a month. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kepster, Kronage, Joshi, Roadrunner 1967, CC, Chris Curtis, Vox Coffany, Misa, Misa 2, Fleet Street Vicomp, Christopher Banyard, Songbird 177, Misa 3, Inkalinquist, Bat Outta Hell 24, Something Else, 20 Owl, The True Sunny Hero, Davisto David Asbon, The Demons of Rage, Kitty 89, Johan Estrup, SCP-3887B, Powerpuff Girls fan number 8, Andy Doan, Patricia Defoe, Beth, and Isaiah E. Craig. And if you too like to have a shout out, and in each and every one of my videos, please head on over to patreon.com/DDanReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.